The iBudget. Why is it named the iBudget? The iBudget is individualized to the person to maintain their greatest independence in the least restrictive manner without jeopardizing their health, medical needs, and safety. Flexibility is one of the greatest things about the iBudget. The flexible budget over time allows for changes and needs that may occur over the course of the year. For instance, I moved money from personal porch units to physical therapy one quarter because I was getting adjusted to new braces to meet my new demands at work. In order to adjust them over time, we needed a couple extra hours of physical therapy that one quarter instead of using personal support hours. In other instances, I put funds into personal supports as I was traveling due to an educational seminar that quarter, and I needed a personal supports provider to go with me. Sometimes we need to look outside of the iBudget for supports. These supports can be such things as VR, insurance, and GoFundMe. I've used vocational rehabilitation on a number of occasions for new braces, work adaptations, such as specialized balance training, driving adaptations, and other work-related issues. Insurance, such as Medicare, I've used for wheelchair coverage as well as durable medical equipment coverage. It hasn't come up without a fight and much justification, and many go-arounds with proper usage of terminology and documentation of medical necessity, but it did get covered. I've also used the GoFundMe account. I used the GoFundMe account when my old walker no longer was working to sustain the needs of my Taekwondo, as I could no longer keep up with my peers, and I had advanced in ranking so much that it no longer met the demands that I needed to advance in ranking and keep up with my peers. Once receiving that walker, I was able to do such things as advance to the next level, next class, and keep up with my peers and be more included and integrated into the class. Role of the Waiver Support Coordinator. What is the relationship of the Waiver Support Coordinator and the consumer? To me, we're just simply partners in the journey towards independence. The role of this Waiver Support Coordinator is to share the available resources and community resources with me available in my community. Be open-minded and willing to be educated and share changes of future adaptations that may be needed in my current iBudget. Brainstorm with me to problem solve and to seek inclusion and integration in the community, as well as to understand and support my decisions as an individual whose mind is fully able to comprehend and make appropriate decisions, but due to my physical limitations, my body and motor skills don't always cooperate and follow through. For people who have limited understanding, the Waiver Support Coordinator should use appropriate language to explain to the consumer and those that help them to understand and ask questions. Just because things look one way does not mean that that is always the whole picture. As the consumer, the expectations of me to the Waiver Support Coordinator are to speak up and advocate for myself, explain what I need, work together with the Waiver Support Coordinator, and educate them about my life and what my needs are on a daily basis. Be open and honest of any struggles and barriers that may be hindering my health, safety, and well-being, such as not being able to make my own decisions, or if my medical status or medication status has changed that may lead to future changes and other implications in the future. One factor that plays into the iBudget is the QSI. The QSI is just simply the framework to show a global picture. It's simply the framework of a puzzle, and many of us have done puzzles. But each of our puzzle pieces are different depending on what the puzzle is. But you always have to do the framework first to see what those inside pieces truly look like to do the whole puzzle into completion. Putting pieces together to fit into the framework, what are the pieces of the puzzle that go into your framework, is basically what we have to look at when we look at the QSI. And that helps show the global picture of what a person's life is truly like and what they go through on a daily basis with their struggles and what they can also do independently. One of the pieces of the puzzle for me is my health and safety. What can I do for myself and what do I need help with? My second piece of the puzzle is my medical needs. What do I need to do to maintain medical stability while living independently? My third piece is transportation. How do I get to where I need to go? Work, doctor's appointments, community obligations, etc. The fourth piece of the puzzle for me is community integration. How do I remain an active member of society? What do I want to do in the community? How do I get to work and maintain employment? For me, working at the YMCA for over 10 years now, I open at 4:30 in the morning, multiple days a week. And I have obligations not only to myself, to my coworkers, and to my supervisors to be there on time, and to the members that I will open on time and meet the job criteria necessary to fulfill that role in the best way possible. The fifth piece of the puzzle for me is diet and exercise. What are the benefits of exercise? How do I get the exercise that I need? For me, exercise is crucial, as well as diet, as they are crucial in preventing further blood clots and maintain stable blood work. My sixth piece of the puzzle is peer integration and support. Do I have friends? Activities outside of work, outside of medical appointments? What do I enjoy doing? What are my hobbies? What are my stress relievers? For me, my greatest hobby is Taekwondo. And it is also my biggest stress reliever, a way of relieving stress. A seventh piece of my puzzle is accessibility and environmental barriers. Am I able to get around independently in my environment and community? That's crucial to my independence. But if I can't get around independently in my community, what are some of the resources I can use to make my environment adaptable so I can be independent as possible? The eighth piece of my puzzle is advocacy. Advocacy is standing up for what I need, educating others, and living the most productive life I can independently while maintaining my health, safety, and well-being, and speaking up for my rights and my well-being. During the AIMS process that will be covered, and when you take a look at these pieces before me, health and safety, my medical needs, transportation, community integration, diet and exercise, peer integration and support, accessibility and environmental barriers, and self-advocacy. Is there enough in my individualized budget to meet my needs in order that my global needs are met and I have optimized the use of all other resources? For most of us, the answer will be yes. For a few of us, the answer will be no. If the answer is no, the resources and the availability to work with your support coordinator to modify and justify the medical necessity for budget modifications are possible. By taking the necessary steps and working directly with your support coordinator, you can get the process going. If the answer is yes, your budget has been met, and your needs for that year are able to continue as directed, as your needs have been met for that year, and you can continue on. Either way, the pieces of the puzzle, as individuals with disabilities, should not prevent us from living a happy, healthy, safe, and productive life, as well as being a productive member of society, educating others, and living life to our greatest potential and productivity.